Go get that Wi-Fi. We getting right to it. Here we go again. You ready? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Hold on, let me make sure I show my face. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all came to the crib and whatnot. Let me make sure I show my face. Make sure I show y'all some love, man. Y'all good? Y'all good out there? We're gonna do a quick little, you know what I'm saying? Little shunting. Little shunting. It's your first time here. Thank you so much for being here. You could be doing anything, but you here with your boy Six Pounds Dice, Mr. Land, if you need me. You feel me? So on this channel, I'm just a guy who gave himself a bunch of jobs, but one of my jobs is to help you, is to support you in your spiritual walk, support you in your faith, because everything is a spiritual journey, and you can't make good long-term decisions without good faith. Also, one of my jobs is to help you improve your relationships to people, places, and things. You understand? And ultimately, we're going to solve the biggest problem in society today, which is a lot of y'all need to grow the hell up. Let's get it, man. Where we at? No? Listen, they didn't want to let me be great, son. They didn't want to let me be great. I don't know what's going on, man. It's cool, man. It's cool. Still love all y'all, man. I hope y'all doing good out there, man. So y'all doing the channel, man. We have a good time over here, man. You know what I'm saying? We're going to try to kick it. We're going to laugh. We're going to cry. Laugh now. Cry later. Let's start off with a song. One quick shout out to the top. Oh, my God. I'll bring it back. One quick shout out to the time I was broken in the bitch, being broke, making sick, got a cure for the shit. Fresh car, fresh in my chops. This bitch want you to know. Go back and forth with these hoes. Niggas just covered in gold. I've been covered in gold. You cannot fuck with the bro. Niggas just covered in. I don't fucking Molly no more neither. I'm at the block party with the glow like Easter. I think I was fucking with you out of convenience. These days I've been calling my son the Black Jesus. Know me when I was younger, know me now that I'm older. Being on my own way, made me an owner. Still getting money when the weather is colder. Shot not over, got this bitch coming over. What good is an army? You don't use your soldiers. Pressure ain't for hip, that's why I make our shoulders. Poor when it comes to talking like a rich nigga. Scared of yourself, that's why you a bitch nigga. Don't worry about the girl seeing in my DM. Don't you worry about if I see you in the PM. Might be the reason that I ain't so stressed. I used to be a pleaser. I'm the one that impressed. I said dedicated, I raised mine. I won't quit. Shout out to the time I was broke in the big beer, broke, making sick, got a kill for the shit. Fresh car, fresh in my chops. This bitch wants you to know. Go back and forth with these hoes. Niggas just covered and gold. I've been covered and gold. You cannot fuck with the bro. Niggas just covered. Caffeine and THC at the Black Sea with the CBD. Had bars for years like G. Ali. Get a Kanye beat before you get by me. And yo, it's about brotherhood. Roll to your brotherhood contract on you. Make sure your mother good. Long time, pussy good for long time. Thinking on treating you bitch like she the queen and England. Sax them like King George without blinking. Shout out to the years now, no longer winging. Being broken in disease. I'm strong as an ox. I pray. Get food to the ox. Don't die your block back to block. It's a large picture. She cropped. I had to get away. Don't stand the fuck up and man the fuck up. Romance and tough love. Making my exit town and one love. Can't put it in words. I sound like Young Thug. Toxic level. Make me a bunch. I master art. Not doing too much. At your lookers for the Joes and be fucking it up. With my do-rag long nigga. Enough is enough. Black opulent. Smoking on the luxury strain, this shit is elegant. Dedicated, I raise mine, I won't quit. Shout out to the time I was broken in the bitch, being broke, making sick, got a kill for the shit. Fresh car, fresh on my chops, but she wants you to know. Go back and forth with these hoes. Nigga just covered in gold, I've been covered in gold. You cannot fuck with the bro. Nigga just covered in. Yo, man, girlfriend, shit, I got it going on. Now back like you got some hot shit going on. I wanna look you in your eye when that shit is going wrong. I wrote his commandments and I put them in the song. My own man, never blame my problems with wifey. I'm my own man, never blame my problems with whitey. Zone got me feeling like beans, but nothing like it. I ain't talking like this for you niggas to fucking like it. And more on my dreams, and I like to admit, yeah, I know it's been a while. I've been working on my shit. Black wash me back. I mean, shout out to my homies that will listen to me rap. Shout out to Mitchell. a Nigerian say. I turn here with the mirrors, I'm going hard to pick. I think God's with us. Show me love, give me that. Yo, shout out to my hunger that I shouldn't be fucking. All sex ain't good. I got a spiritual buddy. She go, ooh, she wally wally, ooh, she bang bang. Always want to be my cutty buddy, girl. We gang gang. Found with the top guys, put your full leg, get some money and the thing. So trying to maintain. Young nigga, stop wasting your time. I ain't trying to be your daddy, but respect my mind. I said, that's your G.O.D. That's my devil's on the job. You got a J.O.B. I said, here's the job. That's your J.O.B. I said, that's one of my devil's on the job. It's on the job. Man, girlfriend, shit, I got it going on. Stop acting like you got some of my shit going on. I got my dad hat doing dad hacks in the act on. Shout out to my homies that will listen to me rap and saying, big bro, why you feel like that? You went to Umar school, you ain't built like that. Yeah, I feel like Goku touching down on that. Refer to as hurt, and she let me do that. She'll make me depression, gonna make me a sandwich. No bread, no pasta. I'm eating steak and ham. So fucking sophisticated, so fucking established, and my ego is massive. Like these young hoes study, I said, swing better, get your egg head beat. I put your ass in the duck, nigga, that's scratch that beat. I don't feel it every move, but I don't feel it big move, but it's like that. Take a break, then I'm right back. When they put my sound on the spectrum, I told them fight that it's like that. So my bitch, I'm really like that. She know I'm a dog, I'm just hoping that she bite that. I can name a million days, and I feel that she felt that. Won the choices game, and she felt that. And I'm on my purpose, like on me in the Hellcat. And I pay the price, but I ain't bitch about the sales tax. I think that money is the guy. That's the G.O.D. That's why my devil's on the job. You got a J.O.B. I said, I think that money is the guy. That's the G.O.D. That's why my devil's on the job.
I snapped my fingers.
He never had my man.
Told me how much.
No, Joe,
Little ninja. I see you, little crusty ninja. I see you, little crusty ninja.
No, I'm not ready, man. One more time, man. Let's get I'm in here. Shout out to me. Shout out to you too, but shout out to me first. That's my channel. How y'all doing? Hope y'all good. I love you. You know I love you. Well, I keep telling you, no one loves you more than me. No one loves you more than your bro Six Pass. And I love you enough that we're going to go ahead and get into a little bit of the princess treatment conversation and where the mindset. First of all, princess treatment is one of, it's very complicated because it lies within the realm of female pornography. All right. This is like porn for women. This is corn for women. Okay. Social media more than ever. Now, mind you, all that stuff is corn for women, right? Soap operas, real life gossip, real life drama. All that, it gives women a pornographic experience because of the stimulation. I understand. What drives most of us is the stimulation we're going to get, whether it's dopamine, whether it's the relaxation, but the stimulation. Experiences give us stimulation, and women are primarily driven by experiences. That's why at the end of the day, and my man in this video right here, the dumper, shout out to the dumper, he speaks on that too. Women will get online and tell you that, yo, the man that wants to be with them has to do all these things. Right? But she's always going to go for the guy that she was the most emotionally involved with, basically the one that made her feel something. So if a man can make her feel good, that's really all there is to it. Listen, a woman likes you or she don't like you. Men don't like hearing that because it brings down their options for love, or bring down their options for women. All right. And it doesn't mean that you don't have options. It's just that, the whole concept of no one should be out of my grasp or nothing should be out of my grasp. It's a weird way of thinking. Because that's one more aspect to the whole baddie thing too. Another part of the baddie syndrome is, again, it's the modern women's brand of narcissism. And because again, a big part of it is that, listen, my thinking, I'm not saying I'm a sex worker or a prostitute, but this is that. But I look at time the exact same way. I look at relationships the exact same way. You know what I'm saying? But basically, the whole idea of like I'm giving you an kind of like if you was getting a girlfriend experience. I mean, that's kind of like where we're at now. You know what I mean? And ironically, I don't know, it's crazy how we got here, right? It's crazy how we got here. And so anyway, so we starting to hear this new term called bare minimum. Now again, bare minimum is a pornographic concept. Bare minimum basically works on a fantasy that modern women have about how dating actually goes and where you fit into the scheme of things. All right, because for most women really are in their own world. That's why a woman is able to think that, well, like the women who were calling the Kevin Samuels show, that was even the women who considered to call into the Kendra G show. That is proof that women, it does not matter how their situation seems or what's going on in their life. If you ask them, especially when it comes to romance, specifically romance, they will not admit no one likes me or I'm not attractive to men, no matter what. Matter of fact, you cannot get a modern woman to admit, oh, men don't find me attractive at all, or men don't want to date me. They don't want to date me because I'm just terrible to be around. You understand? So we're gonna go ahead. I've been want to get into this for a second, but let's go ahead and play a few videos from more of the internet's evil men. I mean, listen, if you're a man, if you're into the space, you paid attention to this whole trend of people coming into the space, there's people making these viral videos where again they understand they're coming to the internet with the purpose of giving you a product. It's not necessarily them expressing a particular viewpoint that they're passionate about. It's like, all right, well, listen, women like this kind of stuff, so I'm going to make this content. Again, like, everyone who makes food content maybe doesn't have a passion for food, but they know that, if I make this food content, it's going to make money. So let's go ahead and get into it.
They love that type of stuff. If you sit and remember, in my 304 video, like the signs and stuff like that, I said you got to watch what a chick posts. If you see a chick post something like this, red flag.
You holding the door for her is bare minimum. You showing up.
Bare minimum. All right, so again, I know I just mentioned it, but we're going to be getting into this concept too about the bare minimum thing and how this is one more thing. Honestly, these videos are really evil because men like this are pretty much men who understand the dating market and understand what y'all weak spots are. And my man who does this video, he sums up what these videos are, and it's interesting. You would think a guy will go this far. Will he really go that far? You know what I mean? But let's go ahead and listen to these gender traders right here. These niggas is evil, man.
To her crib with flowers is bare minimum. Before you walk in the restaurant, holding the door for her is bare minimum. Reassuring her is bare minimum. Making sure she's okay, calling her there and back, bare minimum. Driving her everywhere, bare minimum. Buying her food all the time, bare minimum. We got some men getting it twisted, talking about, oh yeah, I held the door for her. That's princess streaming. Are you out your mind?
No, nigga, you just said drive her anywhere. Are you saying that she want to go to California? I'm supposed to drive her to California. If you say that she want to go to Kalamazoo, I'm supposed to drive her to Kalamazoo. First of all, he said this shit as if even an electric car got to charge, and that charge is going to take some electricity, and them electrical units is going to cost money. We don't need these type of niggas when Shenron comes. When Shenron comes to grant wishes, we don't need him around. Also, on top of that, you should have known this nigga's up to no good. He got curls popping from under his fitted. It's a baby blue fitted with curls popping from under it. Nah, this nigga's evil, bro. He's like this nigga's a social media. He's a social media villain. And this is when a hero comes along.
She's a grown woman, bro. She can hold the door on her own. She can open it. She can drive herself. She can feed herself. Like, she got, bro, like, they're not looking for money. They're not looking for someone to open the door for them. They're not looking for someone to drive them around. They're looking for love. She wants a man, not a boy. She wants you to baby her. She wants to feel safe around you. She wants to feel like a girl around you. Matter of fact, when she's with you, she just wants to turn her brain off. She's not asking for much, by the way. Don't pick guys that think the bare minimum is more than enough for the girl. These are all given, by the way. A good man will always do that for you no matter what.
I'll try and save me attacking the center.
I'm gonna attack him right now because I got time. I know he's trying to do his own thing, but let's go ahead and get into it real quick. So my man's gonna make a really brilliant point on what this guy's doing, but let's not make no mistake. This is gonna be a new phenomenon. It's really been going on forever, where you got people who come online and they understand how content works. They understand that again, how to catch someone's attention, or how to, the more you cater your message to a specific person, the harder that it can hit. So fellas out, you gotta understand, you're gonna keep seeing more and more of this stuff, and this is one of the reasons why men and women, I don't think it's going to happen in this generation, because the women are not going to be smart enough to say we're losing this, what I'm doing doesn't work. Women can't lead themselves, bro. This way, it doesn't matter how smart a child is, a child cannot lead themselves. No matter how cunning, intelligent, and mature a woman is, she still needs male leadership. Even men need male leaders. That's why that's all. The most successful men are men who all understand I may need the know-how and the insight and the experience of another man. Actually, it will be smarter because it will save me time if I go ask someone who knows, or like I said, like for example, the mechanic. The man could easily take the car apart himself and try to install the part himself. Not really impossible, right? But the person who's trained at it, the person who has the tools, the person who knows how to start the process properly and whatnot, is more equipped to do that. And if I do not go seek his leadership, what's going to happen to my car? Or what can happen to my car? And also a disaster. And I can waste even more time. And that may seem like an elementary or rudimentary example, but that's a really good example of proper decision making, of understanding I am no longer able to manage the situation. Let me defer to someone who knows more than I do so that I can have the best outcome. But if these kind of dudes keep coming online, right? One thing I will say is that these niggas have not been able to grow legs and have much of a career. Because of the male YouTube space, specifically the black male YouTube space, because you're going to have too many niggas making videos about you and going in on you, and you're going to have people who have bigger platforms, they're able to stop that shit. Poppy Don was taken up out of here quick. Got him out of here quick. He ain't get no leg. Derrick Jackson's gone. I don't even know what he's doing now. He just getting swole. You understand? That nigga's out the way. I guess he must have made a bag off of his social media, because that nigga's out the way, boy. You don't know what's going on. You don't know if he in Uruguay or what. Shop niggas in work Uruguay. So anywho,
Joe.
let's see you playing this video.
Comes for later, but listen. All of that stuff that he mentioned is really a privilege. Like they say that he's trying to say that buying her food all the time and driving her everywhere is the bare minimum. The women who are listening to this stuff don't have anybody driving them anywhere. And you see how much chicks is complaining about coffee dates and all this stuff because dudes are actually offering to take them out on coffee dates. That's just what it is. And this is the thing that I always say. When it comes down to it, these chicks aren't really going for guys who are putting in the maximum effort, or they're not going because guys are putting in the maximum effort. These chicks are fucking dudes that they're actually organically fucking sexually attracted to. They're having sex with these guys for little to nothing.
Yep.
Little to nothing. And guess what? That is okay. Like, y'all keep doing that. Y'all keep doing that. But it's funny because you will be actively having sex with somebody who is not going to do any of this shit for you. A dude that don't even want to be in broad daylight with you. That's the funny part about all of this shit, man. When you really see certain shit, when you really have enough conversations, when you really be around enough people, bro, you begin to realize that, like, it really don't matter what a chick look like. A lot of these chicks be getting done dirty by some of the guys that they like, and they really be digmatized and they really be stupid when it comes to dealing with some of these guys that they are highly attracted to.
So y'all telling me y'all ain't never had princess treatment? Because I'm the type to be like, come back, go get your hair done. Matter of fact, go get your nails done. Matter of fact, just take all of it. Spend time with your friend. Y'all call it tricking. It ain't tricking because I got it.
It is tricking. And that is also okay. If that's what you want to do with your life, you do that. Just understand what comes with it as a dude. But before we even get any further, I'm not about to do no like think piece on tricking.
Actually, real quick, but before he gets into that, and I know this is really tough for men to hear, because again, I was talking to my dad earlier. He was kicking and whatnot, and I was saying that, yo, it's hard for men to understand because men be trying to use logic when it comes to women, and in their mind, what they'll make the mistake of is, no, you should want that car for you. You don't want a nice car? Well, we'll get the car that make you happy. All right, I ain't saying dress like a weirdo or nothing like that. But yo, if you need to wear, you need to find out what your personal, basically what gets you going, because you gotta know how to make you happy first. And the thing is, what the men wind up doing is you want to get into this mindset of purchasing your love, and you'll think, all right, well, you know, okay, now I should be able to afford some respect, because that's basically what men have heard from modern women. Now, of course, you've always gotten more respect for having your own, but that's always been an accomplishment for a man to have some space. That's always been an accomplishment for a man to have a car. Most people don't have cars, much less a nice car. All right. All I'm saying, and let this woman tell it online, because again, what men got to understand is you got to stop listening. She's trying to save face. Women are always trying to make you think that they're more popping than what they are. That's another thing too. Watch out for that kind of behavior of a woman that's trying to convince you that she's popping. You should be that's discovery. I should be to see by the attention you get how attractive you are. If a woman ever starts using the mouthpiece and starts talking about herself like she's really attractive, or basically whether you want to see this way or not, she's trying to convince you and plant these seeds in your mind. Yo, watch out for that shit, because that's the signs of a person who doesn't want to be with you. I'm sorry. That's the signs of a person who's not coming to you with intrinsic value. Because someone who knows they worth on themselves and knows for a fact that I'm a kind and caring person, and a guy is lucky for me to be in their life, they're not going to want to keep planting these ideas in your head of how good they look. You should be able to see how good they look. But not only that, one more thing that women don't be understanding is not that you can not try your best to try to look your best and be attractive, but yo, it's when it all comes together. I'm saying all comes together where you have, you know, the aesthetics going on, but you also have some kind of character. People can count on you. You know, you're forgiving, you're compassionate. For the most part, y'all ladies buy into it. It could be pretty much the nastiest messenger. Actually, the nastier the messenger, the better. Like even to the point where, like, you know, there's actually a guy who came on before this one, and it was a gay dude talking. Where's that?
Touches you.
Women get triggered. That's not a bad doing this video. Now, when I look,
You don't.
now I'm not gonna lie to you. That one,
Wild beast. Oh well.
2-minute drill, princess treatment edition. Haven't watched these clips fully, just the beginning of them, so I don't know what I'm in for. We're gonna get to it.
Men are only supposed to make your life easier if
All right, so this is a compilation. Now, this right here is pornographic, extremely pornographic, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, look at these images.
he is difficult. He is not your man. He is a wild beast. Oh well, I want to help him and I want to be here for him. Oh, okay, mama girl. Okay, trying to be his mom. Are you a princess or are you his mother? You don't.
Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. That one I seen in its entirety because I seen it on a chick's story. Now, the chick was bad, right? The chick was bad, but this is the type of stuff that I see that is also triggering. So when I seen it, I was like, I gotta get that. And when I went to get it, I had to go through all this other princess treatment stuff to get to it. So I'm like, that's why we're doing this video. Now, when I look at this clip, like I said, it's just nonsensical. We'll just get the elephant out the room and just start it spicy. You as a woman are getting relationships.
You said start spicy. He said we gonna start spicy. I like that. You said start. Go ahead.
Advice from a gay man. What the fuck is that?
I'll tell you what it is, Dumper. What's going on is that she'll listen to that gay man because the gay man is in her fan. As long as you're willing to follow your script and her movie, you can be in the movie. Because that's also really like how women like basically reason how to get our relationships and friendships. It's like, oh, well, you didn't know your lines. She treats you like, yo, you didn't know your, like, yo, fam, this is my script. Now, I didn't give you the script, but I have a script, though. I got a script that I'm following and a plot that I'm following. Now, you may not know what's going on in the plot and whatnot because you're a character in my story. Let's say, because I control you. But, and if you, again, for men to understand, when you feel like there's a disconnect between what really happened and what she's talking about, that's because in her story that she's writing in her head that you don't know about, that's what's going on. And women, again, that's an internal struggle that women have to work on. Shout out to Crimson Cure. She speaks about that. And it really helped me to understand. She say it's like she talks about the internal struggle a woman has to be able to pretty much control her chaos. And in so many words, it's a combination of things. Part of it, of course, is a faith. The way that Crimson looks at it is, she always goes through it through doing it for the sake of her religion at first, and then also redirecting her energy towards more productive things. Because that's all it really is that woman needs to be engaged in something. And that's another reason why, like, yo, relationships go better when the man has a lot for you to do. Like, we got a house for you to clean. Let's keep it a stack. Like, she needs something to do. She needs something to be doing that involves you. You know what I mean? First of all, it was funny is you see these clips of these guys. You see one where it's basically all those pictures, all the images don't speak to the strength of men. They speak to men being in a docile position, basically saying that I live for you. I only live for you. You don't live for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm committed to you. Because all these things speak to a woman's need and want for commitment. She wants you to commit to her. You know what I'm saying? For her, that's smashing. Okay. For her, that's getting the draws, is getting the commitment. That's why she wants the title of girlfriend. Like, girl could not even like you, but she'll want you to call her your girlfriend. Because in her mind, the way she looks at it as, all right, so you're saying that I'm your owner. Because for the most part, that's how modern, even in all this shit, that's how modern women talk about these men, even with the whole bare minimum thing. That sounds like we're talking about specs. The specs to a car. Yeah, it has Bluetooth, you know what I'm saying? Has 4 wheels, has transmission, you know what I'm saying? Good radiator, you know what I'm saying? Good heating system. And you're like, well, those are things that come with a car. Yeah, that would be the bare minimum. Like this, it drives. Okay, you know what I mean? Like, that's how y'all be talking about men. Like objects that have specs. Not this human being chose to do a nice and kind thing for me. That's another thing about all this princess treatment. It's all these different things women choose to get caught up in that's going to keep you from ever actually getting a man that treats you good. But again, modern women are not concerned with, and they're not focused on having a respectable reputation, being respectable women, even to the point where I've heard the term respectability politics, which probably pertains to being a hoe, and how basically it's nothing. Hoes getting too much respect. Listen, in our book, from what and the echelon I'm in, street and hood niggas get limited air, get limited say so, because we can't follow what you do and be successful. My son can't do what you did and then have a good life. We need to follow where, like, yo, if I do what this person did, I'll have a good life. Well, I have a good outcome with what I'm doing. Man, hold on, man.
Little ninja. I see you, little crusty ninja. I see you, little crusty ninja.
I see you. All right, man, we're going to wrap up on this topic, man. Go to the next drawing real quick, man. We want to get to where all this shit leads to.
Coffee dates. These other niggas can call it what they want. It ain't tricking because I got one dude that's coming up. He phony as hell. We just gonna get straight to him. We not even.
Again, this next dude, I ain't gonna lie. And we're gonna end on him. Pause. But I ain't gonna lie. If you a fella and you watching right now, oh my God, it's about to get triggered. He starts off by calling her a goddess, whoever the her is. But I respect it. I do respect it because he's doing content. But goddamn, the schnastiest work ever.
And doing a full 2 minutes here.
You're not receiving princess treatment. Goddess, is this true? You're telling me you're living your life.
I'm not going to keep stopping him, but he said, Goddess, is this true? Ladies, let me tell you something. If you hear someone call, first of all, especially someone that you don't even know like that, if they start with queen or goddess or anything besides ma'am, watch that ninja. Okay? You need to be like,
Little ninja. I see you, little crusty ninja. I see you, little crusty ninja.
Life. Going out there, living it daily, and you're not receiving princess treatment. This has to change right the fuck now. He's going to be obsessed with you. He's going to be so freaking obsessed with you. And here's the thing. It's not just going to be him. It's going to be every guy on this planet. No more of this bad date. No more of you having to pay. No more splitting the bill. No more of not receiving flowers, gifts, love, money. That's changing right the fuck now. What I want you to do when you're going to sleep tonight, I want you to envision the future you, the goddess version of yourself. Who is this girl? Who is this goddess? Who is this princess? Who the fuck is she? How many guys are worshiping her? 10? 100? 1,000? 10,000? The world is yours, baby. You just have to start seeing it that way. You have to change the way that you perceive about yourself. It all starts with you. If you don't believe you're a goddess, no one else will.
I'm not gonna lie. I came in ready to do some simp talk, but by the end, and this is not me trying to be funny. I'm not joking. I'm not even trying to be condescending. I think there is a chance, like a 30%, a 70% chance of gayness, in the southwestern region, like the forecast, like it's a 70% chance of rain, it's a 70% chance of gay. If he is heterosexual, this dude and the first dude, not the dude who was flashing the money and stuff like that, I just cannot fathom how you get to a point where you begin to play a character. And I'm like, it's one thing to lie a little bit. A lot of dudes lie, right? A lot of dudes lie. But when you playing a whole character, for some coochie, I can't fathom how you get to that point to where you play it with so much conviction. I just can't fathom that in my own body. Now, when we get past that, because he might be gay, man, he just might really be this person. And listen, I'm not even saying nothing is wrong with being gay. I don't want the letter speaking gang to get me. No, it's okay. Anyways, bro. What this stuff is, when he says stuff like he's calling her a goddess, and he's also saying that all men are going to be obsessed with you. What this is ego porn. It is ego food. It is for very self-centered women. It is like how some men will watch like motivational clips of like Tony Robbins or something like that so that they can take action. You got women who watch stuff like this that leads them to no action. It just leads them to be more self-centered.
One, if he doesn't come after you, he doesn't want you. Stop the excuses.
You deserve to be pursued. I've said it before, I'll say it again, and I'll say it for the rest of my life. You only want to be romantically involved with men that really, really, really like you. And a man that really, really, really likes you is going to pursue you. He's going to ask you for your number. He's going to approach you. He's going to drive however long it takes to go see you. I wholeheartedly believe a relationship will not work unless the man loves you more.
Now, this joint is 4 minutes, so we're going to have multiple stops on this one. But I'm going to try and make it so that none of them are more than 2 minutes.
I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop it right there. But that's what you're seeing. Because you got to realize that women do not want to bust their ass in nothing. Women work hard. Women only work. How can I say? I mean, I'm sorry. Women may work that. They might do that for things that for kind of work they want to do. But if it's something that like is really grueling to them, the most you might see them do that maybe for like if they want to get a degree, maybe. You know what I'm saying? But even then, that's reading and writing. That's not really like hard. That's not really hard work. You know what I'm saying? Because if you just follow, well, that's I'm sorry. Well, all right. That is not hard work, but it's like if you use enough logic, like they're going to teach you like what's going on. Like you're not like making shit up on your own. Like they're going to teach you. It's a class you're going to go to. And all you're going to do is demonstrate that you learn from the class. You know what I'm saying? And you write your papers and it is time consuming. I'm not saying it doesn't take any effort, but it's not like a big mystery if you're trying hard enough. I mean, that's the whole point of going to school. They're not trying to make it a mystery for you. They're not trying to make it tough for you to a point where like you can't get through it, especially to my just bachelor's degree and associates. You know what I mean? But in general, when it comes to problem solving, women always want the easiest solution. You know what I'm saying? Which is more likely to call a man. That's the solution to most women's problems is I'll pay a man to handle this. And then you start asking like, man, so you know, wouldn't it make more sense to just have a relationship? So you wouldn't have to hope. And like for example, like I told you, I do Instacart to make a little extra money. And like, I mostly don't go to buildings. If I see that you're at a building, I won't go there unless it's a big tip because it's too much of a hassle. If you're a person who wants the person to come up the stairs, because they feel like, all right, well, I don't like carrying my bags up the stairs, so I'm gonna have you do it for $5. Because Instacart, it pay okay and whatnot, but very rarely are you going to come across $5 and $10 tips. If you're in a richer area, it may happen a little more often, but there's a big range of places around the area and whatnot. You feel me? Unless you deep in the suburbs, because usually, where I'm at, like that town touches like a few other like urban areas, so like you'll go all over the place. But I said to say this, like, don't get me wrong, I get it. But it's still not fair for you to think that this person should do your shopping, drive the groceries to you, and then bring them upstairs to your door. It's one thing if your door is right in the lot, like you're on the first floor, and they really wouldn't have to really travel far to bring it in and whatnot. It's not really a hassle. But even then, like it's one thing if they offer to do that, but for you to ask, and it say a lot about. Again, I've experienced women on so many different levels, but when I do that, I realize it says a lot about how women think and about consideration. You feel like not only should someone do your shopping, they should also again go through the hassle of parking the car, and bringing your stuff to whatever floor you live on. I'm not talking about it all the time, but it's just like it just always astounds me because it's like, how can you be so inconsiderate, especially given you put a $3 tip on that joint? You know what I'm saying? And like you see it all over social media whenever people repost these Instacart driving videos or Uber Eats driving videos and stuff like that, where people are going crazy because like, don't people need money? And the people who use the app, they treat you as if you're not a working person. Because it's crazy. I'm like, damn, like you know how much you tipped, right? You know what the person's getting to do this. Like, they're not gonna get, because I learned this about doing Uber and Lyft, that people will not use their mind at all when it comes to thinking about how much you're putting in, just so that they don't have to think about basically how much they're not giving. I've had people, when they add that feature that where the people can put multiple stops in and whatnot, I'm like, they don't pay you more. They don't pay me more for that. They would not, unless there was like some distance where like, I'm like, no, I don't do multiple stops. I don't do those. I gotta go, bro. I'm like, I'm taking you here. I'm not, because that person, that some people would want you to go wait outside for them until they got out. You know what I mean? And like, yo, like, no, it's, and you would think that it would be at least a $5 upcharge for a second stop. Nope. And I remember one time I pulled up to this girl's house, and I would check. I'll be able to check like their destination, and I saw that basically she wanted me to take us to the school, wait outside, and bring it back. I said, man, yo, I can't. I got outside that house. I canceled that shit. I was like, I'm not doing that shit for $5. I'm not gonna sit here and wait for you to drop off your kid for $5. Fuck out of here, like crazy. No, get a second ride. Cheap self. But I bring up those stories because also it speaks to the actual reality of what women actually experience. All right. The way women talk will be like hearing modern men talk about having threesomes all the time. All right. Getting like them chicks we call IG baddies. Just imagine the average dude always telling a story about knocking one of them down. Or just saying, nah, man, that's normal, man. That ain't nothing, man. Shit, that's regular. 10, listen, like getting a 10, like that with 10, that's different. But like 8s and 9s, I pull those on a regular basis. Sure, I mean, check the dude. You would say it's an 8. You know what I mean? Yo, she paid my rent for a year. You know what I mean? Like if you heard something like that, you'd be like, oh, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? But anywho, but overall, all that talk, all that shit. Listen, let me tell you something. If women continue to buy into that, where they're going to wind up at, they're going to wind up like Dawn Robinson. Dawn Robinson was in 2 groups. She was in En Vogue, which is probably one of like the most recognized R&B groups, female R&B groups of all time. You know what I mean? Back when we had female R&B groups. Now, don't get me wrong. The issue with those groups was always that there's not that much money. And being in the group, if it's not a lot of money being made, and the people in the group have no idea how to make money from their name. And know how to, because really you need to really have a whole plan on how to cash out on the height of your fame. Because like, yo, you could make all the money that you need for a lifetime or enough money to get in and get out. You could hustle hard and have a successful 5 years and then go into something else. Because show business, I'll tell you, I think, yo, if you're doing show business, or if you're someone who has like an entertainment type of talent, you need it every day or some other kind of trade just so that it can support that. And you don't have to work. Listen, more than ever, y'all, if you rap or you sing and whatnot, you get the same way people make content and make videos and whatnot, you can do that for your music. And the thing is, of course, you got to up the aesthetics. And it has to be really, really good. But people, if it's really, really good, people will listen. But you have to come up with a way to present it, and that's it. It may take a while to catch on, but people always want some new jams to hear. Now it's tough to get people's attention, but it's up to you to create the product. You know what I mean? But anyway, so she was in these 2 groups and whatnot, and she will tell a story. Let's bring it back. Real quick, fair use.
Robinson is revealing she's homeless and living in her car.
You guys, for the past almost 3 years, I have been living in my car. I said it. Oh my God, it's out.
Now 58 years old, she was a founding member of the wildly popular R&B pop group who's put out a string of hits.
You said to me while I was in En Vogue, you would have said to me while I was in En Vogue, you're going to be living in your car one day. I'd be like, huh?
Video on her social media shows Dawn sitting in front of a white SUV. It's not known if this is the car she's living in.
It's not easy by any means. Every day I have to take my bed down in the back. If it rains, oh my God, I've had problems.
Dawn was living in this pleasant Hollywood Hills home, but then moved to Vegas to stay with her parents. 3 years ago, she headed back to LA, but said she couldn't afford the rent, so she started living in her car. Inside Edition reached Dawn's mother, who told us, unfortunately, I haven't seen my daughter in 3 years. I still love and miss her.
So Dawn Robinson represents who women are for real. In terms of what don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that it has to be this way, but women need assistance. They need help from the group. Women have always thrived the best being in the group and in numbers. What she represents is one of the many women that cannot be a part of a team, that can't be a part of a group, that really can't be with anybody. When you can't live with your mama, I don't know if her father passed on. I don't know what the situation is. Actually, her ex-husband came out, and I'm saying, actually tried to offer her a job, so she wouldn't have to struggle. And people try to shit on him. Now that's a whole other story. But I wanted to touch on this because this is somebody who had it all. She has experienced success. Excuse me. That a lot of talented people will never experience. A lot of people who are very talented or as talented as her, you'll never know what their name is, or you'll never even know who they was. I remember years ago seeing her on it was a struggle show. I forgot what it was, but I had Countess Vaughn and a girl from Girlfriends and whatnot, and they all looked broke, right? And the reason why they looked broke is it was all doing bad. It was all doing bad because women don't really do long. Again, the average woman, I'm not saying, of course, there's women out here who are really able to get to it. They exist, of course, but that's the same as men talking about, like men thinking about basketball players and then comparing or using them as a representation of, yeah, that's how good that most black dudes can ball. We just athletic like that. And compare and basically using LeBron James or Russell Westbrook or those all these players as like the example, those are professionals. That's not what you can expect if you just go on any random basketball court. No. And of course, there may be some talented brothers out there, but they're professionals for a reason, right? But I guess I say this a lot. Let me tell you, and that's another reason why, like, if you come across somebody who's an artist and whatnot, unfortunately, not that y'all can't be friends or have a relationship, but more than likely that person is crazy. If you think that you're going to have a career rapping and singing, you are nuts. And another thing too is there's no need to be a full-time rapper and singer anymore. You can dead ass have a successful music career. I mean, if you cool having a ceiling or not even a ceiling, if you cool doing it from the crib. I'm trying to do it from the crib. I'm trying to do it from over here. I'm trying to just do visuals and do my tracks, you know what I mean, and find a way to perform them live, you know what I mean, and bring you the live version. But I'm like, I don't gotta go to no event for that. I can just perform a live version in the park. Matter of fact, we're gonna go do that. You feel me? But anyway, the situation is listen, it's a cautionary tale because this is what could happen to you. Because she couldn't get along with nobody. Now, of course, in that video right there, you can't see what's going on, but let me tell you what kind of woman she probably is. The kind of woman that Dawn Robinson probably is someone who mostly, and you can tell by her delivery, she's someone that is very, very selfish and extremely passive. And what they're going to do is, if you ask them to compromise or to change, this is someone who's very, very sensitive as well. Meaning that if you say something to them, if it sounds a little bit like you're critiquing them, they'll have a mood swing. They'll get really upset. They're the kind of person that will respond inappropriately to the slightest critique or anything that they don't like. Always recognize, that is someone abusing you and your patience and the goodness in you. When they act that way towards you, and don't think that they know what they're doing. Don't ever think they don't know. They may want to fool you, but they do know what they're doing. Don't ever think that someone does not know they're hurting you, especially an adult. No, not even an adult. Even if it's a young adult, you know you hurting that person. Her mother probably was asking her, "Can you please help out around the house?" And then she didn't want to do it. She probably was saying to her, "Mom, I'm done with depression. My life is over. My career is over, this and that." It probably was all about that. And also, her mother probably didn't even tell her to leave. She probably left her home. She's that type. She even had a successful husband. And what's ironic about his situation is he's also an older gentleman, and he's engaged to a young woman. Right now, And he's doing good right now. Making $500,000 a year. Let me tell you something, young men out there. Let me tell you something. Don't ever let no woman ever talk you into thinking that she has so many options. Like just like the dumper said earlier. Realistically, in reference to the princess treatment thing, the princess treatment, every time you hear someone talk about it, they talk about it with the assumption that you are Carrie Bradshaw and you are a power. You're a high power. You're a woman with a high power career, or some shit like that, right? And the world and you have the world at your fingertips, and all you want to do is find someone to share it with. My man said buying food all the time is bare minimum. Driving you wherever you want to go, bare minimum. Holding the door. A majority of women do not. Beautiful women. Because you know why? Because a man has to choose to want to be in a relationship. The men more than ever have figured out, stop listening to women and listen to men about this shit. I just got to ask, like, man, like, yo, is it going to be too late for the women? Because the women are already doing it. They're already moving into vans. Go look up van life. There's a girl who went viral a couple of years ago, going through her doing a TikTok video about how her and her son are homeless, living in a van, and how they wash up and brush their teeth every morning in the bathroom of Walmart. But because she's doing a voiceover in a soft voice and doing basically a TikTok voice, it don't sound as bad. And guess what? Other broke women saw that video and said, damn, you know, that don't sound too bad. Y'all in there cooking? Y'all got pancakes. Listen, if you see somebody who got pancakes, it can't be that bad. All right, I'm sorry. Y'all got to get out of here, man. Listen, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate y'all.
Little ninja. I see you, little crusty ninja. I see you, little crusty ninja.
All right, nigga, like, chill out, man. Yo, we out.
And sooner or later, her cookies get crushed.
We out here, baby.